everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to our channel. It's Mary.
And Amma.
And we are reviewing the Single Life 90 Day Fiance, the reunion. It is a 2-hour reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So that means next week it's going to be another 2 hours. And it is a 4-hour reunion in total.
Yes. Juicy, juicy, juicy.
It's just so much to divulge. Like,
yes.
Ed's already crying. He's already playing the victim. It's too much.
And a lot of people are here today. I see Terrence is here.
Without Brittany.
There is...
Why he here, I don't know.
The mothers are here.
Yes.
Debbie and Colt's mom and Ed's mom is here. So...
It's a lot.
All right.
But yeah. Oh, it's on. Okay.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay, we are back. So it was a lot to unpack. It's very telling that Terrence, well, first of all, it was very telling that they spent so much time talking about someone who wasn't even there. They spent a good 15 minutes talking about her and about her sex life. And the guy who actually should have been protecting her, since he is her most current boyfriend, Terrence, he just chose not to bother to do that. And it was such a disgrace, and it's hurtful when you see, when you see black people acting this way. You had Shawnee, the host. I mean, she's a black woman. She ought to be ashamed. You had Terrence, a black guy. You had Kelly, a black guy. And all they could talk about is, like, they tried to make it seem like this girl was a hoe. They showed her buying a vibrator and her friend telling her, like, you need to get the large one and all of this stuff. Like, I just thought it was so disrespectful. And, it's sad that you have these two black men and Shawnee, the host, who were just going in on her. And Terrence, who was supposed to be there to really protect her, you had her ex-boyfriend, okay, the Arab guy, Yazan, actually protecting her more than her current boyfriend, Terrence. When they asked him about their sexual life and all this stuff, he was just like, this is unlike her. Even when they talked about how come she's not here yet now, what do you think? And he said, this is unlike her. This behavior is unlike her, not to just show up. But the guy, Terrence, who's her current boyfriend, was like, oh yeah, this is what she does. First, he starts in with Kelly. Kelly's another black guy there. They start in talking to Kelly, telling, oh, she's a player. You are in the rotation. She has like different people for different days. I just thought that was so deplorable. And you had her current boyfriend saying, laughing about that. I don't know if he's trying to get on this show, but it was just deplorable. And then Shawnee, I am just so disappointed. I don't even know what to say, because I actually like her as a hostess, but I was just so surprised. She waited until after they have just made this woman look like someone who is all about the sex. Then she says, well, I hope she's okay. Really? That does not even sound genuine at all. It doesn't. I mean, it was just, and then Terrence, you had the nerve to talk about the other guy that she was with before you. That guy Brittany was turned off. She actually liked him, the guy who came from Canada. But she was turned off because he made a comment. Remember, he made a comment talking about, he has to have sex or something, like, and this girl had just broken her shoulder because he took her on some race that they did, and her RV flipped over and she broke her shoulder. And so her hand was in a sling, And so, how do you even expect to have sex with this woman like this that day? Like, you did not even care that she would be in pain or feel uncomfortable. So, she was turned off by him. But this new current boyfriend kept on insisting, oh, no, 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 no. It wasn't because of that. It was because of the sex or something. Like, you don't even know. I did not even see her even have that discussion with him. He thinks so badly of her. Why are you even with her if you think so badly of her? But it's so cringy when you have black men not even in a protective mode. As soon as, like, especially that Kelly, I mean, he's with someone else, but he was all there for it. It's almost as if when they're talking about a black woman in a derogatory way, it's sad when you see a black man jump right in and add his own stuff to just demean her character. And that is just a shame, because usually the opposite is true. You always have black women trying to say good things about black men. At least that's my experience. And so it's always sad when I see that. It just makes me sad. And I don't like to hear people demean a black woman like that, especially when she's not there to defend herself. So shame on all of you, Terrence, Shawnee, and what's the other dude's name? Kelly. Just shame on all of you. Just shame on all of you. So that's my spiel about it.
Well, we'll be back. It's on.
Okay.
The reunion. Muhammad stood up for himself, which I'm happy he did, because
Yes.
the reunions can really be a lot, and they really just start up unnecessary drama for no reason.
Yeah. And I like the fact that he mentioned Danielle, getting A's on her test, just like positive affirmation stuff. And it just seemed like Muhammad and Danielle are not in a relationship. And I'm just thinking, I don't know if they don't have much to talk about for this reunion. There really is a lot to talk about. You have Colty and you have Colt and Vanessa, okay? You have Molly not wanting to have any more children, or unable to have any more children with Kelly. You have Fernanda, who wants to talk about things that's going on with her in Miami. They're still talking about Ed and Liz. Like, there are other things to talk about. Mohammed and Danielle are not in a relationship anymore. So why Shawnee, I don't know what's going on with you today. You seem to be a little off today. And I used to really enjoy her as a hostess. So I think I'm going to let this one pass, because this is the first time that it seems like you're a little off. Comment down below if she has been this way before like this. But yeah, she just seems to be really reaching for things. I was surprised that guy Robert, when he took her out, I thought things were great. If he has to, this whole show, the way Shawnee was really going at other people, he seems really quiet. He might be one of those people like, I don't think I want to be a part of this if this is what I got to go through.
I don't think he really is that into her, because they said it's been 8 months since he even saw or talked to her. Well, not talked to her, FaceTimed her or whatever. Now, if a guy's really into you, he probably would have contacted you that very
Definitely
night.
FaceTime you.
Yeah. I don't think he's really that interested. I think he just felt sorry for her because she had a mental breakdown about her smell or whatever. And he was like, okay, well, let me at least give her a good date, but I don't think this is going to work out.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a lot. You don't need to go and tell somebody on a first date what your ex-husband said about you, and make it a huge deal. I mean, if you want to scare the person off, then do your thing.
Because if you're crying and all that, it makes you feel as though maybe you haven't healed from it,
And nobody wants to be with somebody who's still broken, because the relationship won't work.
Right, because you're going to project a lot of that hurt probably onto them and all of that. And I remember that day that, correct me in the comments, but I remember the day when that happened and they talked about that. Muhammad did not want to talk about that. He didn't want to go deep into their problems and stuff like that.
Well, Danielle pushed him.
And Danielle, Shawnee, I remember them trying to like really push to get all of that out. So, there are two sides to every story. And I'm happy that it seemed like they're both in a good place. Danielle wasn't crying this time. So I think that healing has started. He has apologized again. But she says she got closure, and I'm so happy for her about that. Someone will see her. She looks as though she's even lost some weight. And she looked pretty good today. A nice colored dress and all that. So hopefully someone will come along, I am sure.
Yeah. Kelly, you need to stop being a gossiping ninny. Because you're really just
all in this
so
soup,
annoying.
And he is like a new person onto this thing.
Yeah, him and Terrence, I think they just really want a spot on the show. And what they did to Brittany was really deplorable and quite disgusting.
It really is.
You guys,
black men, you have to protect black women.
Yeah.
You both should have done a better job on that. There was
this
no
whole
need.
season, they've been trying to have this narrative that Brittany is a hoe. This whole season, they've been trying to have that. And it's a shame that she wasn't there. So that because if you're not there to tell your story, somebody else will be there.
Yeah.
And the cat is on the counter, and I hear her making noise.
It has to be, it might be Gray.
She's probably eating, no, it's Donut. Anyway, but,
Donut is the one who's naughty. But I haven't seen Gray around. So it might be Gray, the one who is not as naughty, but...
It's just a shame that they did that or whatever and stuff. And Terrence, the whole time you're smiling for what?
I don't know what he was smiling about. It was
almost
as though he was getting ready to take a picture.
You just look stupid,
Yeah.
And if she hadn't texted or called you, why are you there? The only reason why you're even on the show is because of Brittany.
Yes.
And this whole time you were talking about you want to be with her. My red flag was, one, he kept on asking her to go to the Airbnb. Two, he kept on, he just wanted her to talk about the sex. And she quite, very nicely said it was not that good and that she would actually had to teach you some stuff. If you thought that you were some Mac Daddy in the sheets, you actually aren't.
Yeah, maybe he wanted her to say something so that he'll have that for other women that he wants to be with.
Yeah. Anyway, you are a Dusty with 20 trash bags, as far as I'm concerned. And it's too much. Yeah. Why are you there? You went there and you bashed her. That's why I can't stand. You've been with somebody sexually, and they just go out of their way to make you look like a horrible person. And you just kept on talking bad about her. Yazan, the Arab guy, he was the only one that actually tried not to say anything or protect her.
Even when they talked about the, oral sex or something.
He didn't want to talk about it. He said, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it.
But you know what? He did do a clarification because he was like, we didn't get to third base, which I guess is oral sex. But he was
No, third base is sex.
Okay, well, Brittany said third base is sex, but
no, they said it's a home run.
Right, but the producers were trying to tell her that, no, that's not third base. Third base is actually oral, and then home run, that's the sex. And she's like, I didn't know that. But what I liked about Yazan was the fact that he even went ahead and clarified to say that it's not that I didn't want to do
he wanted to wait until marriage.
I just want to wait until after marriage to do any kind of sexual thing, whether it's oral or whatever.
And on top of that, the dude is Muslim. Muslims are not people who go out there and talk about their sexual life. So he's not going to go and divulge that. And you people with your uncouth mannerisms just decided, hey, let's just put it all out there. I never liked Shawnee as a host. I never really liked any reunion host because their job is to be messy. Yeah. And she's almost as messy as Wendy Williams. Yeah. And
but
it was just shameful.
She can do it with some kind of she could do it like with some kind of like respect. Sometimes
there's
I think
no respect in reunion shows.
So,
it's there for TV and for drama and entertainment.
And then it's also, there are also a lot of cultures who don't speak about sex. I know in the Western
taboo.
culture,
I know
they speak
it's all
about
out
sex
there.
and stuff. But all the cultures, Asian cultures, Indian cultures, African cultures, there are a lot of cultures out
that's
there where
something
people
private and
do
something
not
that's
speak
sacred
about sex. This is not something that they go on TV and say, we're going to now talk about sex, my personal sex, and what I do. Yeah. So,
and Brittany did not like, she actually liked him. That was her type. Even though he had that weird comb over.
And for him to say that they weren't even, he even said that they weren't even like that. How she has several situations with different people.
First of all, what? I see why she ghosted you, because she could tell you were a bum from a mile away. And she was trying to give you a chance. Yes. But women, we have intuition. And she probably had intuition that this guy is no good. Yeah. Because if a woman's into you and she feels safe, she feels secure with you, she will be able to open herself up and talk to you, and she wouldn't be ghosting you.
She feels safe with you.
Yeah. So the fact that she ghosted you so many times, and now seeing the way you acted, I see why she ghosted you. You are a loser. Yeah. And that was horrible. The way he spoke about her. It's just disgusting. I mean, talk about that's enemy. Not even.
I expect my enemies to talk about me
y'all
like that.
Y'all did not even act like men.
My boyfriend.
Y'all didn't even act like men. I don't know what that was, but that was not manly behavior.
No, it was not at all.
Kelly, you just started. Oh, she got him in a rotation.
I know. How do you know what?
First of all, never even heard that term. She's not engaged. They're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah. They have never even been official. Yeah. And so if a woman is dating several different people, then that's fine. Mm-hmm. It's her business. She's not married. She's not engaged. Time
she told him that she wanted him to be her person. This last time that she was with him, so I wonder what happened. He said that
she probably
she got upset with him or something, and he said that she.
And he just was talking about all her business, like even talking about her breast done. Oh my goodness. Maybe she didn't want people to know. You just put in all her stuff out there.
He could have just said she had surgery. I am not sure.
You could have just,
or it's private. I'm not sure. It's private. He was just. Oh my goodness.
You look
just like what you said. Oh my goodness.
Just a dusty.
And then he says how she insults him and gets upset over
and it gets mad stuff. And angry over little petty stuff.
Oh my goodness.
You just said, I'm just going to put her out there, make her look like the worst person, and I'm sure you will be blocked
from an enemy. Not from someone I have even laid down with. I have put my head on his shoulder. I don't expect something like that from someone I put my head on his shoulder. She's going to be so hurt. In fact, I am happy she did not even come. Can you imagine how hurt she'll feel?
I doubt he would have said all that if she was there, though. Yeah, but I'm sure as soon as this was over, I'm sure he went, tried to call her. She maybe picked up, not unknowingly. It was like, hey, this is what happened. What
he has said.
But I'm sure by now he has probably ghosted her now because, she probably would have seen the show tonight, seen how he just acted like a jackass. And I don't like to call nobody a jackass, but I think he's quite deserving. It's just, it's too much. It's too much.
And it always hurts me when it seems as though like people are ganging up, even if it was somebody else. I always get upset when people when they gang up on women and just try to just beat them down.
She's not even there. Y'all don't know what happened. This woman's mother could have died.
I know.
She could have been into an accident. But no, immediately she's a hoe. Yes. She didn't want to see you. First of all, if she didn't want to see him, then that's fine. She doesn't.
Who is rich, so now you're calling her what? She's just for a gold digger? That was Molly who said that.
Yeah, like, you need to mind your business.
You guys were just
it's
all
disgusting.
Of you were so out of pocket.
Yeah. And then it's just like, and then you want to talk about how, she didn't want to see you. It's not even about she didn't want to see you. She didn't even come to the show. Yeah. She didn't even come to the show. So it had absolutely nothing to do with you. Maybe she saw the show. She didn't like how she was portrayed. And she didn't want to come.
The only person who did not say anything, bless her heart, was Danielle. She was the only one who didn't have anything negative to say.
Well, I like Danielle.
Yeah. She didn't have anything negative to say about Brittany. Everybody else had to put in their 2 cents.
Everybody just had to y'all have been trying this narrative. And it was just like a Married at First Sight, where they were trying to make Michaela seem like the angry black woman the whole season. Where they kept on replaying that fight over and over and over and over.
I mean, we did not even see
the fight till like week 8.
Yes, or maybe even week 10. Like, they just, you know, and I don't like that.
That's why
that is such an archaic thing. Like, this is something that they used to do back in the day. We should not still be doing that in the 21st century. This is not okay.
Yeah.
And just shame on you.
Just continue to want to make black women look bad.
There, who added to this narrative and did not act as a cover for your sister, shame on you. Shawnee,
very
Kelly,
deplorable.
And Terrence. And
poor taste. It was not cute.
To say about that.
We're back.
No, I never saw you poop either. Do you poop or no?
Oh, I can't.
All day. After coffee.
Why are we talking about urinating?
That is Ed, and obviously
so really
this is how they.
Anybody? I mean, you would have it right.
Maybe he's trying to make her laugh.
I was scared that if you ever gave me the chance again, you would like disown me for it. So I wouldn't put myself in that position.
Disown me? Like he's your father?
Yeah. That helps. Yeah, she probably
In the
has.
first couple nights when without you, like I'd roll over and like naturally just like kind of put my arm and like you weren't there.
I miss your mouth. Because you kind of have funny teeth.
I can't.
I have to learn to trust you.
I don't understand.
He is putting the moves on her. He's like, Ed is like, I miss your mouth. And she is smiling. He
and they just said I love each other.
I'm here to tell
I am literally about to vomit in my mouth.
They said that they broke up, Ed and Liz broke up over 7 times. And Liz, run in the opposite direction. Don't fall for him telling you he misses your mouth.
I don't understand how this man gets these women.
Yeah.
And I don't get how, Liz, you fell for this caca.
I'm going to tell you how they get these women. He goes for women who are in their 20s. What he's banking on is that he can actually see the ones, usually in your 20s, maybe you don't have all your stuff together yet. You're just trying to come into your own, right? So he gets these women, he speaks towards their anxieties, you know, their insecurities. It may be about their weight, it may be about their career, not knowing what they want to do with their life. It may be them being on their own for the first time. They may have daddy issues, they may have mommy issues. Because he's older, he can sense that. It doesn't make him more mature, but he uses that. He finds out, I remember when he first started with Liz, he wants to know all her business, and so that he can manipulate her with it. So if she calls him out on some of his stuff, he can say, no, it's not because of that. It's because Liz has been married twice and has been divorced twice.
And has a child.
So he can use that against her. And then the thing that
she's
broke
my
my
age.
heart.
Isn't she like 23?
No. She's like 27 or 28.
Okay.
You know what broke my heart, though, about what she said? When she said that, and she started crying, when she said that a lot of things that he asked her to do were things that she wasn't comfortable with, but he will threaten her, right?
That he will leave her.
That he will leave her, and because obviously she has some kind of abandonment issues that he knows this, he will kind of dangle those carrots above her, and then she says she will give in, she will cave in. I mean, so you were, and that's why when she said she was broken, you were like steadily breaking her. You know, and it's so, oh, that's just wicked.
You know what it is? It's very predatorial.
Yes, very predatorial. And I don't even, I wonder if he even, I don't think he thinks he's doing that. I don't think he thinks that. But I don't know. Maybe he does. And then He's very
because he does it
manipulative.
every single time. So I think he knows what
Yes.
he's doing, and then
Yes.
he'll go
This
and
is
he'll
his
be
playbook.
playing the victim
Yes.
every time. So I actually think he knows exactly what he's doing.
He is
He
like
likes
Zach
doing this.
in that he uses his tears at certain moments to convince the audience.
Before she even came,
his
he was
side.
already crying to everybody. Then everybody realized that he was the a-hole in the
And Ed,
downfall.
just like Colty was saying, you don't get to throw your little therapy card. I mean, therapy meaning, oh, I can be a jerk today. I mean, therapy.
No, he
what
wants
does
to
that
justify
mean?
that. Oh, everything I did wrong.
That's
I'm working
the
on
word.
it.
That's the
And
word.
then you're
He
there
wants to
buttering up to
justify.
her. Liz, put on your glasses and stop wearing these rose-colored glasses.
I know,
Wake
Liz.
up. What?
I know, but that's the beauty of being in your 20s. You're so forgiving, you're so open, you're not cynical yet about love, and I love it. That's something young people should keep, but at the same time, young people, you have to protect that, because if you don't protect that with everything that you have, you will be so hurt by the time you roll into your 30s.
And next thing you know, you're all bitter and cynical about life.
Really bitter and cynical. It might take you another 10 years just to get over the nonsense, and then by the time you wake up, you're in your 40s, and now you're bitter. So in your 20s, it's a beautiful way to be, to have that little naivete, to believe in people, the betterment of people, like the better half of people, but don't allow yourself to be fooled. And that's exactly what he's doing. Now he is literally kneeling on the floor. Oh, and something else they talked about? She said they went out, people were laughing at them, maybe laughing at him because, this is an older guy with a younger woman, right? He started feeling bad about that. So when they got to the room, he started, he started calling the airline, I have to leave. Like, because people are laughing at them, he's projecting that on her. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, you're right back.
yeah, we'll be right back.
He just texted Terrence, Brittany, and she said, "What's up?" And he's like, "Where are you?" You sent a text 2 seconds ago. He's like, she ain't text me. I don't know why she ain't text me. Why can't you just tell me? After you just dogged her out and obliterated her innocence.
Whew,
Brittany,
child.
I'm happy in my prayers, sis, because this ain't it.
Because this one right here, he is not even
He's a
afraid.
snake. He's not even a snake in the grass. He's a snake that's in your
talking
face.
about you like he is your sworn enemy.
And then smiling
Something.
like, yeah, you see.
Oh wow. Oh,
Cringe.
Brittany.
Anyway, we're talking about Colt
Oh,
and his
Colt,
weird
yeah.
ways and his sex addiction.
Okay, so really quick.
We are going to talk about Colt and his sex addiction.
And he said that Shawnee asked him, does she have to worry about you if she does not give you sex the amount that you want? Because apparently he wants to have it
Three times a
day. And she has agreed to 1 to 2 times a day. She has agreed to that. But 3 times a day, she said it's too much. And Shawnee asked, will Vanessa be able to trust you if she doesn't give you the amount of sex that you want? And he was silent, like he could not answer. I mean,
my thing is, Vanessa actually, I don't think she likes having sex with Colt, because it seems like, I think
she does.
I don't really think,
because
she
he cheated on his previous wife with her.
Yeah, but she probably didn't have to have sex with him that often because he had other women.
Wife. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But now that she's his only one, she now has to pick up the slack or whatever.
It's all on her. The buck stops with Vanessa.
And I just think, one, he's so demanding. I don't think women like to be pressured to have sex, because it's not just like, we can just turn on our bodies or whatever. I feel like there's certain things that come with sex. You have to like that person. You have to have a need or want to be with that person.
You have to really be flirting with that woman throughout the day. Like, you have to get her in the mood and stuff, because they're dealing with their heart. They're coming from their heart instead of just oh, I look at you and I'm ready, you know?
Well, I mean, he flirts with her, but it's kind of cringy. I think even when we saw him in those purple panties, that was a little cringy.
Well, that's the thing. He might think he has to find out, like, what is her love language and go with that. He can't use his own love language to get her turned on if she doesn't want that, you know?
And apparently also when they're having sex, this man is telling narratives from beginning to end. I don't know what person wants to be having a whole bedtime story while they're trying to get their groove on.
Well, some people like that, but she doesn't.
She doesn't like it. She's always complaining about it.
This is your wife, so whatever you were doing before, you gotta look at her to see what is it that she like and try to go with that. It's not just about her pleasing you. You also have to please her, and if you are pleasing her every single time, then she will be, I think, more wanting to.
Yeah, but I don't think she's getting pleased. She's not. I mean,
Obviously
I don't.
not.
She's obviously not orgasming or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if somebody is sexually compatible with somebody and the sex is good, they'll probably want to have it multiple times a day. But I seriously doubt Colt is helping Vanessa get what she needs.
Yeah,
we'll be back.
Here.
Really don't. Like,
But you still come like, that's what the other day, I hopped in the shower with you, I started giving you a, but then later on you're still like, I just didn't feel like you had the right energy for it. Oh.
wait, she didn't like, he didn't like it?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Kelly!
This is why
Okay,
I don't
like,
know
first
if
off,
you
she's never
should
done
talking
anything like
about
that
sex.
before. And then it's just all of a sudden, I think we're having like a fight, and then she just comes in and starts doing it. I'm like, this is odd.
Baby, I just wanted to.
I don't need stories. I don't need sex 100 times a day.
But
I'm just saying, you and I have different
She
levels
probably just
of
wanted to
energy.
get it over with.
Oh,
Because she has to
boy.
do it 3 times a day. That's why she went in there.
It seems like you're seeing some red flags here.
He has I don't know if it's enough, you know? These are things you gotta really get yourself checked out.
Not
Sex is
checked
sex
out.
addiction.
You think Colt has a sex addiction?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've gone to therapy about that. My ex-wife was a sex therapist.
And you said you have somewhat of a porn addiction?
I mean, I like to watch porn. I don't think it's an addiction.
Vanessa, do you think that Colt has a sex addiction?
God help us.
I don't know. I feel like he's just very bored all the time. Sex alone is not enough. He needs to hear the stories as well.
You know, I mean,
It's just the stories.
It's a lot.
Are you always the initiator?
Lately, it wasn't always like this.
I mean, that might be where he's coming from, Vanessa. Just, I mean, I get that. I'm obviously working in a lingerie store, and I have a lot of women that tell me a lot of stories behind the curtains. And, I mean, there are a lot of things out there that some guys are more adventurous.
I feel like Vanessa holds herself back.
I don't know.
So
Let's
we're
not
just
blame the
discovering
woman for
what
why
we
this
need
man has a
and
sex
what
addiction
we
now.
want to be together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you moved in together?
Yes.
God.
Okay. So, how many people are in the house?
3.
3 people in the house. You, Colt, and Miss Debbie.
Oh, I
Colt's
forgot about the
Yes.
mom.
Well, she
Debbie
likes her.
has
Mom
been
is
a
looking
part
good
of
too these days.
Every
It's
single
totally
relationship
different.
she has had so far, for better or for worse. So, you know, we need to get her involved in this conversation.
I don't get
Everybody,
how
let's
some of
welcome
these women get with these type of men.
Debbie.
I'm like confused.
Well, I mean,
Hi,
he
Debbie.
was.
Hi, Sean. How
Look
are you?
fantastic.
Yeah, she
Nice
looks
to see
good.
you.
Look, good to see you again. New hairstyle, I think. you
Yeah.
have.
Her
hair looks
Look, very
longer.
cute.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
Debbie,
Pins.
do you think Vanessa is the one for Colt?
For now. Huh? 10 years from now? I don't know. I told him I can't predict the future, but right now I think they're perfect for each other.
Big Ed?
My only fear is that, Vanessa, you might be marrying Debbie and not Colt.
What's wrong with Debbie?
I think you guys I think your mom needs her own independence so she can live her life. And I think you guys deserve to have, you know, your space, you know, your private space.
Well,
Trust
I mean,
me.
it's no different than if he had a roommate. No, it really isn't. I don't tell him what to do.
Debbie is the
Look,
last
I'm gonna
issue
be
in that
honest.
relationship.
I think it's time for Colt to get off the nipple. And you need to stop fighting.
You, oh my God.
Uh,
You.
Thank you
You
very
get
much.
off the nipple. Why don't you go find somebody your own age instead of this
precious little girl here. You're trying to.
know.
Yeah,
Precious little
You
girl.
want people to think you can get a beautiful young girl to make you happy? Why don't you find somebody that you're in love with instead of going after these poor little girls that think you're something, I don't know what? You have no right to talk about dating.
Hey, listen, I don't think.
Sure.
Hey, I don't think.
He is shaking like his hands.
Settle.
Goldie?
No. Oh,
Ed!
Look at that.
You're the 20-year-old. You don't care about how you feel about somebody. Why don't you find love instead of somebody that's a kid?
Listen, you
Nice.
baby him, you coddle him.
You don't know what that's what I baby call.
Ooh, Debbie. Debbie, you're an elder.
I don't do
Yes,
what he's
you
saying,
do.
do I? Do I interfere in your guys' relationship at all?
You're doing it right now.
You don't.
Do I?
You're doing it right now.
Shut up. Do I? I'm asking her a question. Why are you interrupting? I'm asking this young lady a question.
I think you're too close.
You don't know it.
I know
So
this.
shut up.
His mother lives
I
with
know.
him.
You're
Shut
getting
up.
upset. You should stop
You don't
getting
know
so
what you're
upset.
talking about.
Doesn't your mom live with
Look,
you,
there's one
Ed?
thing my mom did.
Oh my god.
On the TV,
That's your
Ed.
business.
Yeah, but was she
This
talking
is
trash?
between me
Was
and
my
you.
mom
You
talking
don't
like
know.
you're a
Your
gentleman?
mom don't know too much about you,
Just
Ed.
stay out of it.
But help you because you're getting upset and you're frustrated because your son can't get off the nipple. Like you gotta let him grow
How
up
is he on my nipple? Explain that to me.
right here. What this has nothing to do with you. This is his
You
life.
just told him to get off the nipple. How is that involved? How
You
does
are
that
coddling
work?
him. You are babying him. He's
And
never
you're
gonna
making
grow
him a
up.
baby, you by brushing
You
your
just-
hair, putting the mayonnaise in your hair.
We're not talking about babies.
I don't
Debbie
sit
is
back on somebody
feisty.
saying, "You're bad."
Okay,
I
first of
don't
all,
brush his hair and put it in a ponytail
First of all, it
like
was-
your
she
mother
was-
does.
first
So
of all, she
maybe
was-
you should get off the damn nipple.
first of all, it was a paintbrush, not a razor.
She can't even it in the shower. I don't see cold days. I haven't seen nipples in 3. You have no right to give advice to me. You are about the lowest life.
Oh, damn!
Oh my goodness.
Repeat that.
Oh my god, what did you say?
Response from Brittany. She's gonna call Terrence soon. Okay.
Oh my god.
She says did she call
Brittany's calling Terrence.
Okay, hold
This
on,
is
let's
this
This is
bad
Brittany
person.
Hi.
Hey, Brittany.
I'm here.
Hey, it's David. Would you be okay to talk to Sean on the phone?
I mean,
Please?
okay.
After you guys have just made this woman
Set
to
her
be like
up.
a hoe.
She has no idea.
It's
Let's
just
hold the conversation, but
She has no idea.
Brittany. I'm so sorry that this, you know.
I got Brittany on the phone.
you have Brittany on the phone.
Yes,
Look at him. I have Brittany.
I have Brittany.
Brittany on the phone.
He
is
wants
acting-
a spot on this show.
Yes.
He needs some money in his life because he obviously
What
broke.
happened?
It's too much.
She's not even holding the phone. She's letting him hold it and put it near her mouth.
Yeah. Well. Next time,
Damn,
90
they always
Day,
do
the
this.
single light tell-all. Brittany, we expected you to be here.
You ghost me. You're not here today. Like, how you expect me to take you serious?
How do you expect me to take you serious? You know.
No, we don't know. We don't. I know this. I know we're
Wow.
just sitting around here waiting on you.
What am I supposed to do? Like you just don't get it.
Hang up the phone.
So Ed and Liz,
Wow.
is there
So
a
they're
future?
all so disrespectful to her.
I still love
How does
him.
she know all these people?
Still want to be with him.
No, Liz, like, listen, he came up to me behind the scenes and he told me to say hi to my roommate and that she's really pretty.
Oh.
We cannot have this conversation without Colt's ex-girlfriend, Jess.
I come here for show the truth.
I never said he didn't cheat on you. I said he did cheat on you because he didn't give a about you.
Honest with
You
me.
listen when anybody talks.
Because he tried back with me. He tried back with me when I broke up with him.
Colt tried to get back with you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You said sometimes she can be crazy.
They call her La Vida Loca. She has much temper.
Robbie, have you seen Fernanda's temper?
Just thank God the cameras weren't there all the time.
Oh my God. Molly is following you on
These
social
men that
media?
are not men.
Yeah.
God help
You
us.
follow him on social media?
But I don't see what he's doing.
Sí, sí, on my status on Instagram. So, that don't make sense.
You go to her?
Maybe you in rotation, Kelly.
You guys won't laugh
That is so true.
You don't know
Maybe
me.
he is in
He's been
rotation.
such a rude, belligerent person to me all
Wow,
day.
who insulted me? Who constantly gaslights? Ed is a gaslighter. I can smell it on
Dude,
you.
you're crazy.
You're crazy.
Something is wrong with you psychologically. You
think I'm crazy?
listen.
The two crazies are fighting.
Previously on 1,000 Pound Sisters.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Let's talk about the elder cussing out the other elder.
Wait. Who were the two elders?
Ed and Debbie. You cut off the damn nipple.
Ed is not an elder.
Isn't he's 50?
I know, but he's okay. He does not act like an elder. But anyway, he's supposed
Debbie
to.
definitely did not act like an elder just now.
Debbie did not. I am happy she kind of told him off though, because I mean, Ed, at this point, do not speak.
Don't speak to nobody.
And when she said, what did she say? He was the lowest form of life.
Lowest, he's a low life. The lowest form of life. So I guess he means he's lower than the vermin that's in the gutter. That's what she meant.
Oh my goodness. Or maybe whatever is under the vermin.
Yeah. Whatever resides underneath the vermin. That's where Ed is.
My goodness gracious me. It is. Whew, child.
This is our favorite show. I love this show.
Oh my goodness. So the 90-day single life reunion. It was a doozy. And now they're talking to Brittany.
So rude.
And you have all of these people pounding on her.
Terrence,
single person.
You ghosted me today. How am I supposed to take you seriously?
I know. So he is coming like right for her. And she called him. I'm sure she's just right now. She's just like, wow. And then you have Molly like getting on her, like,
and then mocking her.
I know. Like maybe mocking the way she speaks.
Yeah.
Like, that was just especially.
And then Colt saying, "Hang up the phone."
I know.
So now everybody's being disrespectful to the only other black woman there.
Yeah, and I did not appreciate Molly doing that. That acting as though she was dumb or something. What people like, we have to get better in this country, like just manners. Can you guys wait for a second so she could talk to Shawnee? And Shawnee, like, you were not even monitoring that well. I just don't like the way they have mistreated Brittany. Brittany is really not even one of my favorite people. But, I mean, like, I think we're able to see a bias, like, because it's right there in our faces. That is not okay. It's the same thing that they did with Michaela, which also was not okay. I am not making any excuses for Michaela, but you showing us about Hurricane Michaela from the very beginning. So we are waiting. We are waiting. So anything she does, we're like, oh my God, Michaela, you are so terrible. You're Hurricane Michaela. I saw you on the preview, even though it's not happening today. She is just like
any other woman who has issues and needs to heal.
Exactly.
She's no different from me, who may have issues with whatever I've had going on in my life. She's no different from my mother.
Any other woman who has some problems. And yes,
and Ayala,
some management thing that she has her triggers.
Yeah.
Inappropriate behavior was inappropriate behavior. But what I don't want people who are making these shows, you don't have to guide me to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Just show me the show itself. You don't have to guide me by putting something on and putting it in my face every day, even though it has not happened yet. We're seeing this preview.
Yeah.
Now,
but like,
give Brittany an opportunity to speak.
I
very low class of you guys. No manners whatsoever. Shawnee, you were not even monitoring that situation. Just, while it was quite a juicy show today, but yes, shame on you guys.
I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
But just something quickly about Michaela. What I said. She's no different from me. She's no different from my mom. Ayana always said. I don't know if anybody watches Ayana Vincent, but she always says, "I'm not my sister's keeper. I am my sister." Mm-hmm. We all have issues. We may have displayed it in a different way.
Right.
Some of us are able to manage ourselves better. Some of us aren't able to. Some of us have done work, some of us haven't. You know, but I think it's very important for women to give other women some type of grace.
Yes.
You know, Brittany, nobody knows why Brittany's not there. Molly, you said yourself, like that morning, that you cried. You didn't want to come to the show.
And even no, that was Liz. It was Liz who said that.
No, it was Molly who said that, because I remember her saying, because she was like, "Listen, you know, I was crying before I came to the show. I didn't want to come."
Said. It was Liz who said that. She was the only other person, apart from Danielle, who kind of gave an explanation of what Brittany might be feeling, because she said, "I was crying even when I got here." And she was crying. She was crying.
No, Molly wasn't trying to defend Brittany. Molly was saying that, look, I was crying, but I came, I showed up. See, I showed up.
This is what Liz said. Liz said, "I really did not want to be here. I was crying." And she also said, "But I did come." That's what Liz said. It was, and I don't, maybe Molly said that I wasn't listening, but Liz also said the same thing. The only person who did not say anything, probably has some empathy, is Danielle, and maybe because she has been through a lot. But we surely have to wait for stuff to happen to us for us to have empathy with each other as women.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was really what you said, really.
Just all the men coming for Brittany like that.
And the women.
Yeah.
Molly, what is that? What is that? You're like mocking her.
Molly, and you have your own issues.
You have daughters. Don't do that to another woman.
Well, I mean, anyway, we didn't even talk about Molly's motherhood and what she did to her eldest daughter.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother. She had a man in her house who was being inappropriate with her daughter.
Yeah,
and
the
daughter
so defensive, and she was correcting her, like,
like you ain't gonna say hi. You guys are the elders. Y'all the one who invited me here. Yeah, introduce me to this new person who you now have.
And that's on the mother to do.
Yeah,
because she doesn't know this stranger. And then he was very much on the defensive with her. The mother never stepped in. She allowed this man to come in and kind of try to check her daughter, and didn't say anything.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, her ex-husband, you know, he was so inappropriate with the daughters, just saying, "Oh, you're going to prom to have sex, or go to prom to F, or whatever." Yes. She was so uncomfortable that she was literally hopping around from neighbor's house to neighbor's house because she could not be there. Yeah. You put a man above your child. Yeah. And you can tell. I
don't remember people coming for you the way you have come for Brittany.
And she didn't even do what you did.
Just some humility.
Just humble yourself.
Because we all have, like Mama said, we all have our issues as women. Just humble yourself. It's just,
It's just, this was very hard to watch. It is very just deplorable.
Yeah. I mean, there were some wonderful, funny moments, but
definitely at the end with Debbie. That woman had no chill. Savage.
And you put mayonnaise in your hair. And he said it's with a paintbrush, as if that makes it better. Oh my goodness. But I mean, you know, hey, I don't talk about people's mamas. If they want to put mayonnaise on the hair, that's fine, you know. Nothing wrong with that. I still, you know.
But yeah, but that was just so derogatory for you to say that. You know, that woman's older than you and talking about get off the nipple and all that stuff. That's just nasty.
That was very disrespectful.
But because you're a predator, I'm not shocked that you would say something so nasty to an elder woman. Mm-hmm. And you have somebody who is fresh off the nipple, who is young enough, is actually younger than your daughter, who you're dating. Yeah. But you want to talk about somebody get off the nipple? Why don't you stop being with women who are...
Just got off the nipple.
Yeah. Like she just got old enough to drink.
Well,
even your daughter is disgusted with you. Wake up.
And that daughter also is quite ill-mannered.
Well, I'm not surprised because the apple don't fall far from the tree. So... it's too much.
But his mother is so sweet though.
I don't know how
she barely ever says anything. She's just like a sweet little lady.
Well, I don't know how Ed turned out the way he did. You know, I don't blame parents for how kids turn out sometimes.
Yeah.
But because, you know, you are not your child's only influence.
Yeah, that's true.
But
well,
God help us all.
The reunion continues, and we will be here for the second part. Disgusted we may be with the way they handle poor Brittany, but we will be there for the second part of this reunion to watch all the juicy tidbits and bring the review to you all.
But we will be back tomorrow for the Bachelorette with Michelle. Oh my God. So excited to see what happens with Joe and Clayton and Nate.
Oh, and I'm happy to see what happens with Rick. And who else is the other guy I like? Brandon.
Oh, he's so cute.
And I think I'm going to add a third guy since the other one is
Jamie. I cannot wait to see what happens with Jamie.
You know who I'm going to add? Olu.
African brother.
I'm going to add Olu to my list. Since Jamie is off my list, so I'm going to add Olu.
My 3 guys are still very solid.
So we will see you tomorrow. And she is
Mary.
And I am
And thank you for watching. And thank you guys so much for all your comments, all your love, for subscribing, for liking and commenting.
Please let us know what you think about what we said about women in general, Brittany, the way Brittany was treated,
and the way the black man treated her too.
Yes, and if you have any thing to say, and and if it's different from ours, that is okay. Give us some insight from fresh set of eyes.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.